Hey guys, Chris here. You joined me here in the evening. It's been a wonderful and beautiful day, and I've been trying to charge the car because I want to do a range test, and I know the conditions aren't the best. And I'm going to flip around the camera now so you can see how the conditions are and how much range the car says I have on a full charge of battery. So we're going to do that now. So you can see first off, guys, it is -3 degrees outside, but the weather is very nice, and I've been driving the car for a while, so we don't have to warm up the car. And as you can see down there, now we have a full battery right there on the right side, and then down there we have 38 kilometers of range. I'm gonna do the miles conversion now on my calculator because I've been failing at this lately. Divided by 1.6, so that's 23.75 miles the car says we're gonna do. And I've set a destination that is 30 kilometers, which is about 19 miles, because that's what the EPA says this car can do. But this might include motorway driving, and I don't want to go on the motorway because I wanted to try to do this run as efficient as possible. So I don't want to go at any high speeds, you know, to counter the cold temperature outside. So let's see how this goes, and I'm gonna keep you guys updated along the way. So we're setting off now, and the mode I'm in, as you can see, I'm in individual mode, which is basically pure mode, which is, you know, the pure eco mode, but with raised suspension, with comfort suspension. And I want to do this in this way because for me it's more realistic, because if I were to commute purely on electric power with this car, I would want to have the comfortable suspension, which gives it a bit more ride height than it does with pure. In pure, it will we're gonna take off charging there. In pure, it will lower the car and giving the car a much harder ride. So that's why we're doing this in individual mode, which is basically pure mode but with comfort suspension. So the first 6.5, or actually 7.5 kilometers, because I totally failed. I forgot to reset the trip computer, so we have to add 1 kilometer at the end of this run. But this road where I drove, and I haven't driven it at all before, along the river, beautiful scenery actually. But it is Saturday evening now. It is 6:30 in the evening, so naturally there won't be a lot of traffic out now, fortunately. So that's the update. We've done 8 kilometers now, or 6.8 here, meaning 7.8. And we have 32, just dropped to 32 kilometers left of range on the trip computer. So looking quite good actually. Looking promising. And the first part of the trip was also a total fail because I started with an uphill the first part, and then we hit 2 red lights just sitting at the red lights, so we lost, you know, speed and inertia. But once we get moving now, and I'm really curious to see how far we can actually go on a charge when it's -3 degrees outside. So I didn't explain that to you guys, and for you guys who are new to EVs or plug-in hybrids, the cold will give you less range because the batteries will be less efficient. So that's the update. Okay, update guys, it is getting a bit dark outside now, but I hope that we will have just a little more light until we're finished with this run. But 23 kilometers down, or 23 kilometers to go on the range, and we've done 17.1 kilometers. And if you add that up, that is 40 kilometers. So we've actually driven more economic than the car was saying we would get the range if we followed, or what the car thought, which is quite surprising, quite amazing. And this will be very exciting because we're soon at half battery, and we might just be able to go more than 40 kilometers, and that is quite impressive. And just quickly, 40 kilometers, if we do that, that will be 23 didn't I say that? 40 divided by 1.6 is 25 miles on a charge. That is actually quite impressive if we're able to do that. And we just drove through the city, and well, we haven't only been doing constant speed, we've been braking, accelerating. It hasn't been only flat, but this part of Norway is quite flat. So yeah, and now 22 kilometers left of range, 17.9 kilometers done, so we might just be able to hit 40. I've actually forgot to charge my camera before making this video. Yeah, I know guys, so I have very little battery left, but I want to show you guys that we are now 1.8 kilometers from our destination. We've done 28.7 on the trip computer, which means we've basically done 30 kilometers now. We've done 19 miles and we have 10 kilometers left. We have 6 miles of range left. I'm going to flip around the camera so you guys can see. Okay guys, so we hit our destination. We drove a little further than I thought because we took a D route, earlier in the trip. But there you can see it, 30.7 kilometers, which is 31.7 kilometers because I forgot to reset the trip computer the first kilometer. And there we have 9 kilometers of range left, almost 6 miles, and quarter of a battery left. So I'm gonna just try to see how far we can go actually, if we can exceed 40 kilometers. I do think so. So that's our final figure guys, 38.4 kilometers, and I'm a bit disappointed because if we add the 39.4 kilometers, we're just a few hundred meters shy of 40 kilometers, but what can you do? And there, the battery is totally empty, and there you go. And I don't know where there is consumption down there, but maybe to heat the engine. There is always like that, or to heat the cabin. I find that a bit strange, but so there you go guys. That's the winter electric challenge, and it is now -6 degrees outside. It's getting very cold. And well, almost 40 kilometers. That's impressive guys. The EPA puts this at, I think, 19 miles on a charge, and the NEDC, the European standard, I think puts this at about 40. But we were, almost hypermiling. I wouldn't call it hypermiling. I'm going to try a hypermiling in this summer, but getting the EPA numbers won't be any problem at all. So guys, do you have XC90 T8? Have you tried to hypermile it? How far have you been able to drive on a single charge? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, please subscribe. See you guys later and goodbye.